And now onto our dinosaur of the day, Elsornis, which was a request from Elsornis via our Patreon and Discord. So maybe we shouldn't have been too surprised by that request.
Yeah. I didn't realize Elsornis was a real dinosaur name until right now.
Well, it's an enantiornithine bird. So yes, real dinosaur, but more bird side of things. It lived in the Late Cretaceous in what's now Mongolia, in the Djadokhta Formation. No skull has been found, so the paleoart varies a bit on how this looks.
They didn't go like that old Archaeopteryx drawing and just leave the head off.
The headless enantiornithine? No. Yeah, I don't think I've seen headless dinosaurs. I think that might be the only example of a headless dinosaur I've seen.
Well, there's the Hylaeosaurus at Crystal Palace,
Oh,
where they just sort of faced it into the trees.
true.
So you couldn't get a good look at the head. That's another strategy.
But the head's still there.
It is.
Well, for Elsornis, some depictions look like a roadrunner to me, although it was smaller than a roadrunner. It walked on two legs, it had a beak. It was found in the Gobi Desert. What's cool is it's really well preserved, like it's preserved in 3 dimensions. But only a partial skeleton, no skull, has been found. It does include both wings, and it had some details like a pneumatized furcula, that's air-filled cavities in the wishbone, which hadn't really been seen in enantiornithines before this one was found.
Cool. I feel like I should mention, even though they didn't find the skull, that it probably had teeth in its beak, just because that's the weird thing that most enantiornithines have going on.
Yes, although this was a weird enantiornithine because most enantiornithines could fly, but probably not this one. Based on its wing proportions. It has proportions similar to paleognaths like ostriches and emus, and is the first evidence of enantiornithines not being able to fly.
Okay, so it could be secondarily flightless?
Yes.
Like it evolved from something that could fly?
Yes, that's what it seems like. As some other features are, it had a bend or kink in the shoulder blade, and in the arms, the ulna was short compared to the humerus, so overall the arms were short proportionally, and the upper arm was much longer than the lower arm.
Oh yeah, that's weird for a bird.
Yes. As a quick reminder, enantiornithines are opposite birds. They lived all over the world during the Cretaceous. They've been found on all continents except Antarctica. They had claws on their wings, and they had teeth. But they looked, other than that, a lot like modern birds. There's over 80 species named of enantiornithes, although not all of them may be valid because many of them have been named from a single bone. Elsornis is the only one found so far that may have been flightless. There is another enantiornithine, Flexomornis, that was named back in 2010 that had similar features to Elsornis, but not enough of the arms have been found. So according to the authors who named Flexomornis, they said, quote, such a claim is likely premature.
I see. So Flexomornis might have been flightless, but we don't know yet.
Yes. So we only think probably Elsornis was flightless.
Flexomornis is a pretty hilarious sounding name, too.
Yes, it is.
Sounds like a joke you would make about somebody who liked strutting around with big muscles. Like, look at that Flexomornis.
Flexing.
Yeah.
Flexing too much to fly, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back to Elsornis. The type species is Elsornis kenai. It was named in 2007 by Chappie and others. The genus name Elsornis means sandbird, and the species name kenai is in honor of Ken Hayashibara, who supported the Hayashibara Museum of Natural Sciences Mongolian Paleontological Center Joint Paleontological Expedition.
That is a mouthful.
That is, but also important. Elsornis lived in a warm, semi-arid climate, and some other dinosaurs that lived around the same time and place include ankylosaurs, like Panachosaurus, dromaeosaurs, such as Velociraptor, then we've got our Halscaraptorines, like Mahakala, and ornithomimids. Other animals that lived around the same time and place include amphibians, crocodilomorphs, lizards, mammals, pterosaurs, and turtles.
Because there weren't any sauropods.
No, there are plenty of instances of sauropods and turtles coexisting.
Yeah.
And they did fine.